Greetings everyone and welcome back to Sorcery. Well, it was, as usual, a while since I recorded this. Actually, it's the first time I'm recording on my new PC, so I replaced a bunch of parts and actually had quite a problem to make this particular game get recorded by either Fraps or Dextory, so I'm using OBS right now. You probably are familiar with it. If you're not, it's a program which is mainly for streaming, but many people uses it as well for the recording, so I hope my settings are good enough, although I think the quality might be a bit worse if I am compared to like Dextory or Fraps, but we'll see. I hope it won't be too bad. I mean, this game have graphics, as you can see, that there is more reading than actual graphics, so it shouldn't be too bad. I hope the video will be alright. So yeah, let's jump right into it, because we need to get out of the Towers of Doom, and I believe we need to go all the way back here to get to the vault. Well, but we shall see will we succeed, because I have no rations, I have stamina, kind of not too bad yet, but each tower might make it way worse than it is, so yeah, let's jump right in and see what's await us in the next tower. You climb a sloping walkway that leads towards a door set halfway up the tower wall. A few clouds move across the sky. You stop at the tower's edge. There is a narrow opening in the dark grey stone. The tower opening is barely wide enough for you to sleep inside while wearing your longsword. It is a curious design, as thought a normal door was built, and then the tower itself was stretched. You can make out nothing from within. Well, I can't turn back now. You squeeze through a narrow opening. The passage beyond does not widen, but a warm breeze tickles your face as you approach a heavy inner door. You pause to listen, only to make out a quiet groaning coming through the door. That's probably nothing good. It's never nothing good in these towers. Well, once there was good. The sleeping tower, which regained my stamina. You move through the door into a narrow tall room. The chamber is wider than the door suggested, and it's cluttered. Numerous skeletal bodies lie here, scattered around the base of an altar, on a raised dais. Overhead something dark and shadowy looms, indistinct. I kind of just want to leave, like, immediately. As you step towards the center of the room, another drip of water falls from something overhead, splashing into a puddle on the altar. Some of the scatters from the impact, landing on a nervy skeleton. A moment later, the jawbones open, emitting a quiet groan. The skeleton, with only patches of skin left on his face, begins a struggle to try and stand. Sure. You reach out to help him up. The jawbones flap as the skeleton begins to talk. What happened? He whispers. It is unclear where the breath comes from. Why am I here? Who are you? I am... The skeleton's thin voice shivers away to silence. He looks up at the dark shape that hangs overhead. Ailman? Is that truly you? Another drip falls from above, striking a corpse on the other side of the altar. Its one remaining eye rolls wildly in response, but she lacks a jaw and cannot cry out. There is something up there. There is definitely fucking something up there. You turn your gaze upwards. Hung from the ceiling is a half-rotted head of a great whale. Pardon? The head is suspended by cruel hooks, roughly shoved through its flesh. The wounds have turned purple and putrid from time. The whale head is ancient, but so large it has taken this long to decay. Its mouth hangs open, but maggot holes peek through the great jaws. Do I want to keep looking further? Looking closer still, you can see creature's tongue has been split open. There is a steady drip of clear water falling from it. Oddly, there is no stench surrounded by such decay. Your nostrils should be filled, but there is nothing. The reanimated skeleton staggers back against the altar. He looks around again, then walks off in a random direction. The second skeleton seems fixed on the whale's head now. From the savage wound where his jaws should become a strange gurgle, which might be weeping. You step towards the altar. I definitely shouldn't do that. This is some shady necromancer shit. We should just go, but let's explore. Because my mindset is set that I'm gonna die soon. Because there is a hard time if I'm gonna survive without rations, even if I would try to. But the animated skeleton moves quickly to block your way, loosely gripping a rusty sword. You cannot touch the holy place. It is for holy ones alone. I wish to talk to you, you say to skeleton. The skeleton looks this way and that and starts hunting for you. Who is there? He asks, his voice raspy. Who are you? I am Sorcerer. He recoils. Sorceress? No! I have dealt with your kind before and you are treacherous and cruel. The skeleton shakes so hard his bones rattle in the sockets. A bony hand leaps to the brow of the skull and clutches a Stod's desperate tough. What is that head doing on the ceiling? Ailmon! The skeleton clenches his teeth, perhaps trying to smile. Ailmon is God, the spirit of water. It takes the form of a whale. The whale up there? Of course not. Gods have no single form. How did you come to be here? I remember I was chained to a wagon, yes. Forced to walk a long way. The wagon was covered. There was something huge in it. There was stench, a smell of rotting flesh. Is Ailmon a kind god? The skeleton teeth clench once more. Water is life. Ailmon is water. You should join us, friend. He holds out an empty hand, fingers extended. The skeleton begins to ask you for a question, but then staggers back as though struck. He falls to the ground, dead. You lean down to check him where he has fallen. After a few seconds, another drop of water splashes against him and he sits up with a howl. Where am I? Once more the skeleton waves his sword in front of the altar as though he does not remember you. Well, that's kind of sad though, but... What I possibly could do here? Let me just consider my options. Okay, rock is out of question. I'm not creating fireballs. Screw that. Cast slowness, that could work, but I don't think they are like any kind of threat to me, to be honest. Illusion of worship. You know, that might work actually. Let's see. Looking at the constellation above you, craft the spell, and your jewel of gold begins to shine and gleam. A moment passes and the skeleton suddenly raises both its hands in supplication. Ailmon! You visit us! Bless us and save us! You hold out a hand and murmur indistinctly for a moment. The skeleton visibly relaxes. Now I know! I will return to sea, he murmurs, even when I die. So saying, he collapses on the spot. The first skeleton staggers in your direction, outraged in horror, but as he nears though, he begins to twitch and choke, then finally takes a faltering step and collapses to the ground. Dead. Once more. You step again towards the altar. Water drips again from the whale's head, splashing onto the near skeleton. Before your eyes, he rises up again, ancient bones creaking. The skeleton blocks your way once more. A headless skeleton missing one leg drags itself near the altar, dried skin scraping off as it goes. I mean, I don't really want to mess with those guys, I think. I could like shove him aside, but That's mean. And I don't think there is anything else I could do here, to be honest. Let's just bug off. You raise your hand and back away. The skeleton nods, calming himself, and he collapses into a pile of scattered bones. You walk quickly past the collapsed skeleton and up to the altar. Ooh. You stand before the altar. There is a clear space just before the altar. You kneel in it and bow your head. The dripping of water from the curses overhead slows and deepens, becoming the gentle sound of the tide, and you feel the presence of the whale god Ailmon. But the voice is distant, confused. The sluggish movements of the whale are transformed, weakened and deafened by violence. You bow your head against the cold stone. The light seems to pale. Iffy, the virtuous, has gone. Then you close your eyes and allow the grace of the whale god to enter your soul. The altar looks beautiful to you. Cold stone, carved within waving weeds to replicate the icy waters of the great deep, through which your god swims even now. You would join him if you could. Scratched into the stone is a simple glyph. 4 slashed lines. Oh my god, this is another glyph! You touch the glyph, it is crudely carved. A later adaptation, perhaps? You unstop one of your empty vials and hold it out, feeling it from the water dripping from the whale's mouth. Holy water! You climb up onto the altar, the great head now within arm's reach. You touch the side of the jaw. The flesh is spongy and moist, and murky water seeps out from the pressure. It sways slightly, chimes crickling still. The deep, sonorous call of the whale god calls to your mind. You clamber back down, away from the god. You beg away from the altar as the skeleton die once more. They resurrected once more moments later, and one, mind again blank, comes to stand between you and the altar. You circle the walls of the room looking for a doorway and a way out of this place. We found one new clue, apparently. I'm not entirely sure what was the clue about, but okay. I think Ailmon will be better than this Dice Lady god, because I have bad feeling about Dice Lady god. It was quite clear she can either screw you over or not. You hurry over another stone arch, not looking down as the morning moves on. The wind begins to rise. This tower has no door, just an open arc leading into the shadow. Peering through the arch, you make out some kind of yellowish light coming from within. You step inside the doorway, and then stop suddenly, half blinded by a glowing luster that fills this chamber. Your footsteps crunch and you look down. It seems the floor is covered with gold, coins, jewels, and emeralds of every shade and hue. The door leads away into both directions. Fill my pockets is a full idea. It's just screaming, "Danger! Danger! Don't touch it! It's cursed! It's cursed!" So I think I'm gonna just pass on the gold, even though I don't have any. Oh, holy crap! But I could use some gold. You cast your eyes over the treasure, drink it in. There must be hundreds, if not thousands, of gold pieces here. More riches than one could possibly spend in a lifetime. Enough, surely, to abandon your quest entirely and move to the Southlands to be a king in your own right. Oh, this is some kind of illusion. Sense danger. I feel I could do it, but my stamina. It's only one stamina though. Let's try it. You wave the starlight into your design around you. A quiet voice speaks into your thoughts. There is nothing to be afraid of here. Except perhaps your own greed. Should I take this money? I will regret it so fucking badly. I will regret it so fucking badly if I touch this money. You know what? I think we're gonna stop this episode here, actually. I need to think about it, because this is not a good idea whatsoever. I think I'm not gonna take it, and we're just gonna continue trying to pass this chamber. But, I mean, come on. Even you probably agree with me. I shouldn't fucking do this, because... But I have 0 gold though. If I had any gold, I had at least a little chance to get some rations and like get my quest going without dying out of hunger. We'll see. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Let me know if the quality wasn't too bad when I record with this. This is like my only option at the moment to record this particular game. From what I see, Deus Ex, for example, records fine as it used to, so it's just something with this. Yeah, have a lovely weekend, guys, and farewell!